But there was one man in particular on the Republican side who did not stop for the disclosure of the files for the public to see them, for them to be released. That man is Congressman Thomas Massie in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. He pushes for the Epstein Files Transparency Act. He's berated and publicly crushed by the president of the United States, of his own party, over attempting to get these files released. And that's the thing. Massie was doing what all of us were doing the entire summer. It's like, this was a promise. Why are you not doing anything about it? These aren't a hoax. We know Maxwell has gone to jail. Who did she traffic, or who did she traffic these young women to? And no one else has been arrested. So she did it just for him? I don't believe so. Just for Epstein? No. So now we have a member of Congress not afraid of the president, getting after it on a daily basis. If you're watching this, you're probably like me. We have influence in our votes, but other than that, we don't have political power. Unlike Thomas Massie, we can't call subpoenas. We can't vote on legislation, impeach people. We can't. There's a lot of powers that we don't have that he does, and that a lot of other members of Congress do. And he was our voice during this. He was highly representative of our concerns. And actually, this is kind of slightly off topic, but that's me and the Kentucky congressman together at an event. And I expressed my gratitude to him and thanked him for his efforts, thanked him and his staff for their efforts, and willing to take these blows from the president. And I'm sure big donors and the speaker and I'm sure a lot of other congressional Republicans and people in the White House were not particularly happy with the congressman's efforts. So just wanted to give a personal shout out and a thank you for Congressman Thomas Massie. Andre Chang 771. I remember you taking that photo. LOL. Yeah, it was a pretty go to live moment. Absolutely, Andre. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. Happy that you're here. The Epstein files. So here's another thing about the Massie thing is that it took for the longest time. It was Thomas Massie, and then Congresswoman Nancy Mace of South Carolina as the second member, Congressman Lauren Boebert of Colorado as the third, and then Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia as the fourth. It took 4 Republican members to go along with all of the Democrats for the files to even be released. And then once the Trump admin and Johnson and the regime saw the writing on the wall, they took a step back and like, okay, all the Republicans, now you have permission to vote for it. I believe almost all of them did, except Clay Higgins of Louisiana. So just one guy. So Congress eventually had to give up on it. They had to vote for the Transparency Act. The 2026 release that we're going to be looking at a couple of these documents here in a moment. They're released to the public following this big time pressure from Massie. But it's not everything, right? We know there's 6 million files, a little over 3 million have been released thus far. Just a brief preview of what we're going to be looking at. Court filings, emails, depositions, a lot of photographs, meeting planning by Epstein's assistants and secretaries, helping famous people get in touch with Jeffrey Epstein, to whether it was going to one of the parties or just trying to get lunch with him or attend some event, attend a fundraiser with him. And just want to say beforehand, these are right now, why we need the investigation is because these are just the documents. People that are listed in them doesn't necessarily mean there's wrongdoing or they're guilty of anything. Just want to put that out there just for everybody to just kind of remember, is that it may look very bad for maybe more people than others, but we also want to kind of keep track that not everything is final as well with these. Just a quick little review of the timeline is that it took one man from Kentucky for this conversation to happen. That's what it took. And just think of the resistance he had to get through. Donors, President of the United States, the House Speaker. I'm sure a lot of internal, particularly with the other 3 Republicans. Marjorie Greene is not a member of Congress anymore. Now, there was some other stuff going on with that, but, kind kind of suspicious timing all of a sudden. So, and we're just looking at a long low timeline there. Is that understand? That's why I wanted to build out the timeline for you. Is that now you know how we got to where we are this given moment. And we'll have to see in the future if, and hopefully when, the remaining documents and files are released to the public. Wanting to show you a variety of people, as I mentioned at the top of the show, billionaires, finance bros, people on Wall Street, people involved in politics, people involved in the elite circles of other countries.